It was January 15th, 1947. A woman's body was found in a vacant lot in Los Angeles. Severed in half, drained of blood, and eerily posed. There was no blood at the scene. No witnesses. No fingerprints. The case exploded into headlines. The victim was dubbed the Black Dahlia, a name as haunting as the crime itself. More than 75 years later, no one knows who killed her, but the secrets hidden in this case, they run far deeper than anyone expected. Her name was Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress with dreams of stardom, caught in the shimmering promise of post-war Hollywood. She was last seen alive on January 9th, 1947. 6 days later, her mutilated body was discovered in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. Cut clean in half at the waist, with surgical precision. Her face had been slashed from the corners of her mouth to her ears, a gruesome, permanent smile. It was a murder scene that felt staged, intentional, almost theatrical. Police were baffled. The killer had washed her body, drained the blood, and left no forensic evidence. In 1947, forensic science was still primitive. DNA testing didn't exist, and this killer seemed to know it. The media turned Elizabeth Short into a symbol. They called her the Black Dahlia, inspired by a film noir of the time, The Blue Dahlia, and her penchant for black dresses and dyed black hair. Soon, her image was everywhere. Tabloids painted her as a seductress, a drifter, a mystery woman. But her family and friends told a different story. A hopeful young woman struggling, trying to find her way. The investigation became one of the largest in LAPD history. Over 150 suspects were considered. More than 60 people confessed to the crime, but none were credible. Why would so many people claim to be the killer? Then came the letters. Several messages were sent to newspapers and police, some using cutout magazine letters, taunting detectives. One envelope even included Elizabeth Short's personal belongings, her birth certificate, Social Security card, and photos, proving that the sender had access to the victim. Some believed this was a Zodiac killer-style figure, decades before Zodiac made headlines. A murderer who wanted attention, who wanted the spotlight. And they got it. But as the years passed, the trail went cold. Then came the theories. One of the most compelling comes from Steve Hodel, a former LAPD homicide detective whose own father, Dr. George Hodel, was a prime suspect. Dr. Hodel was a wealthy, brilliant physician with ties to Hollywood's elite and a dark past. In 1949, he was investigated for sexually abusing his daughter. He fled the country soon after. Decades later, Steve uncovered photos of a woman resembling Elizabeth Short among his father's belongings. He also found medical knowledge consistent with how the body was dissected. Could the killer have been hiding in plain sight? Other theories point to the Los Angeles underworld, to corrupt officials, jealous lovers, or secret Hollywood affairs gone wrong. Some even believe the crime was part of a ritualistic killing, designed to shock the public and send a message. But to this day, there is no conclusive evidence, no arrest, and no resolution. The Black Dahlia case isn't just a story of murder. It's a mirror held up to the dark underbelly of glamour, where dreams fade and monsters wear smiles. Elizabeth Short became an icon, not for who she was, but for how she died. Her voice was silenced, her story twisted by headlines, and her killer still walks free. But her mystery still haunts us, for what it reveals about crime, media, obsession, and the things we refuse to forget. Somewhere, buried in old case files, dusty photos, and sealed archives, the truth waits. And maybe, just maybe, it will rise one day. If stories like this send a chill down your spine, hit that subscribe button on Secrets Beyond Time. We uncover the mysteries the world tried to bury, unsolved crimes, ancient puzzles, and forgotten faces of history. And tell me in the comments, do you believe the Black Dahlia case can still be solved? Or has the truth been buried forever? Because some mysteries don't fade with time, they grow darker.